Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. Did you get notified as soon as I took that screenshot picture? I took that picture and then I upload a thumbnail. I'm just about to feed the cats, but I'm jumping on for a live, but Jasper's messing about, so how bizarre is that? Okay. Let me just feed these pussycats and because Jasper's on the prowl. Okay. Can you hear me okay, that Angelina? Well, I know that I'm not really sitting down, but... Hi guys, you might have Jasper. Look, he's kind of itching. I'm just going to feed him. Feed him his dinner. Jasper, you want to come and get your dinner, baby? Come on, good boy. Let me just feed these pussycats and I'm going to be with you. Give you a chance to join. Cool, you can hear me. That's awesome. Okay. You want your dinner? Jasper, you're going to have to come down. See Lula? There you go then. Jasper, Lily, over here, please. Guys, your dinner's here. Jasper, not your dinner. Oh, seriously, you're causing issues, boy. That's where you eat. Okay, let me just grab some hand cream, guys. Okay, I've got my coffee. Well, I've got half a cup of coffee. Oh. Where are you watching from? Italy? Hello. What time is it there? What's the time difference? Is it an hour or two? Looks like it's just me and you at the moment. That's cool. I'm not sure why I've been drawn on. I do feel it's because of masculines. Let's just make this screen bigger. I recognise this energy. 1 hour. Okay. Let's just make this screen bigger. It's 22:18. Yeah, it's 9:18 here. Okay, well, it's just me and you then. Who knows what the rest of the world's up to or why I've been drawn to come on at this time. But hey, should we have a look? I recognise the energy. I know loads of people watch this on playback, so it's all good. I kind of recognise this energy from about 1.5 years ago. I seem to be on a lot doing recordings, but I feel it's a masculine's energy. Emma, you're here as well. Hi, Emma. Oh dear, this is what these readings do. You just catch whoever's available. You're watching from Barnsley. Hi, how's it in Barnsley? Oh dear. Okay, so I was saying that I kind of recognise this energy when the Divine Feminines were very desperate for answers. And I believe that we have this with the masculines now. So whether they join us on the live or they'll watch it back, they'll definitely get the message. But I tell you a sync that I've been seeing quite a lot of, and that is I get tired around about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then come about 5, 6, I'm a goner, and then I'm waking up about 8, 9. And then I don't know, I just seem to be sleeping a lot, and I think a lot's happening during my sleep space. So, and then I had the urge to, well, I get up. I don't have the urge. It's kind of like I have to get up because I have to eat. You too. Yeah. I'm not really eating that well either. I had a bowl of porridge for my dinner yesterday. Seriously, I have all the good intentions, but I'm just not hungry. And that kind of feeling reminds me of, a couple of years ago. Okay. Anyway, so I'm awake. I'm awake. That reminds me of me saying like I'm awake. That reminds me of lucid dreaming. When when you look at the time. So if I look at the time now, I can see that it's 21:20 and I'm awake. I know I'm not asleep. I'm sitting at this table channeling on YouTube, right, live. Okay, cool. But if you keep doing that, there's going to be a point within I can see it's 555 on the counter. At some point, you're going to see that in dream space, okay? The clock, the numbers, and you're going to be able to say to yourself, okay, it's 2120, and I'm asleep, but it's 2121 now. So, and I'm asleep, which is lucid dreaming. I've got to pronounce this. How do I pronounce your name? Oh, Ianni 007. Can I just call you Bond? Yes, very peaceful, resting a lot. It's very peaceful, isn't it? It's like if I wasn't on live now, I'd probably just be sitting in silence because I don't really feel like watching anything. I don't feel like watching any YouTube. I don't really want to put on music. The syncs are kind of everywhere, so it's just a very peaceful time. No worries. Not a care in the world, but something's going on in this dream space. I think it's got something to do with lucid dreaming. I mean, my dreams are a bit crazy. I don't really wish to share them. That time will come when the time comes that I share what I'm dreaming about. But there's a lot coming together, guys. There's a lot to comprehend, isn't there? Cornflakes. What's cornflakes about? I do like cornflakes. I like crunchy nut cornflakes. They're my favourite. And cornflakes, it would have to be Kellogg's, but I'd rather just go straight for crunchy nut. Cornflakes. Cereal. I've done my cereal. I had that's what I seem to be eating for quite a while. It's like it still is old Mother Hubbard in her cupboards. So I found some porridge. And it was golden syrup porridge, and I mixed it in with strawberry, raspberry, and cranberry porridge. Okay. And I keep seeing like bits. I noticed it on my video earlier. I keep seeing like little, I don't know, little drops coming down. They've just happened now. Little white drops coming in front of me. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Now that song they sang to me when I was a child. I don't really think, I should kind of be here, but I am. My mum was warned not to have me because she was older back then. I was born in 1977. And my mum had me, around about my age. And I was born they diagnosed me being asthmatic. So I spent a lot of time in an oxygen tent, and a lot of the time they thought they were losing me. I was always having quite major asthma attacks. I don't remember this, guys, because I was a little one. I do remember the effects it had on me when I got older. I'm not going to go into that now. But Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds is a song that they used to sing to me, apparently, whilst I was in hospital a lot. The doctors used to sing that to me. Bacon and eggs coffee. I can't do the bacon and I can't do the eggs. It just I just want to, too fatty for my system at the moment. I can't do meat at the moment either. I'm going to knock together some pasta in a minute, and I've just got some bolognese sauce, just a tomato sauce, and I might have some garlic bread. Yeah, Pandora, it's the table. Nothing wrong with the screen. Just a different type of chat. I talk maybe a bit differently when the camera's down. Maybe I was going to say, I give a lot of myself, and sometimes I just can't be, I don't know, it's just this way for a reason. Pasta for lunch. If I told you what I've eaten today, you might not be impressed. It seems to be the same thing. I've had a lemon slice cake, and I've had a bag of cheesy Wotsits, and I've had a chocolate crunchy bar. Hi, Mandy. Like crap. I've had crap. And I had porridge last night on top of the same crap that I've just mentioned. I've no interest of food at the moment. You've been crying again. Purge it out, Pandora. I become a bit teary. Actually, when I woke up, it kind of urged me to do a reading, really, to see what's going on out there. Well, we've got the 10 of Wands, type 2 diabetes, yeah. I don't go to the doctors to seek if there's anything wrong with me. I'm alive and kicking. Alive and kicking. That's all that matters to me, is the now. Okay. Why is my mood low? Because I'm a channeler, and I channel lots of people's energies. And I'm human. Looks like the energy's low, Pandora, out there. Doesn't look like it's just me, sweetie. I channel energy. Thank you. You love it when I sing. Judgment. I love singing. I absolutely love singing. It's a good job this is kind of a sitting down role, otherwise you're going to get to see me dance as well. I love dancing. Equally, possibly, as much as singing. Yeah. You see me knock out the dance moves. There's a lot, guys, you do not know about me, or what you haven't seen, or I'm sure it will all be revealed in its time. Look at that. What do you say to that, guys? What do you channel from this? No, we didn't have a live earlier. It was a premiere, which means that I can't respond to your messages personally. I can now, if I see them. If I miss your messages, guys, it's normally my eyesight goes blur. I'm not to read it. I don't question it. Okay. Pandora, when I said to you earlier about you putting your attention or intention on the karmic, have a look, you've just done it again. You're best not to talk about it. The karmic and your DM. Yeah. Try again tomorrow, sweetheart. If you start the day on a bad mood, there's a strong chance that the whole day will continue like that. You have to accept that, you're going to have to give it another go when you wake in the morning. I know it's hard to kind of see, and I know you were saying earlier, that's it, retract it. Yes. Take your message back. You need to pick yourself up on it, because I know you got a bit defensive, and I'm not here to attack you. I'm here for me, guys. You guys just join me. So I give myself freely to you guys. But when I said to you to go back, it's because if you are why are you focusing on your masculine being with the karmic? That's going to continue all the time that you focus on that. So you will get there. I was just saying at the beginning of the video, this energy reminds me of an energy that was around a year and a half ago. So we've all been in this energy that you're feeling, Pandora, if we're on this journey, and there's a lot still to understand and comprehend, but you'll get there. It's just going to take maybe just one thing that I say. It's going to make it click. This isn't a time span journey. This is an awareness journey. How long it takes for you to kind of, I don't know, get the message that you need to get. That's with all of us, guys. I remember when I was in network marketing, I used to go to some meetings and people would get up there and they would speak. And I'd have guests with me, people that I'll take, and I'd have team members with me. And I'd listen to these people speak and I think, I didn't really get anything from that. And guarantee the person next to me will go, aren't they wonderful? Oh my goodness. And sometimes I'd look at these people and say, I've been telling you this like for months, for years. But some people just don't hear it from a particular person. They'll hear it from someone else. And you may have been saying the same story. It's just a different approach. To stick with it, sweetie. Good, William, that you're here for you too as well. So the DM is still sitting, contemplating. Alina, I hope that's how I pronounce your name. Okay, let's have a look, because I did ask you if you could channel this. Okay. So the DM is still sitting, contemplating. Well, let me have a look, because I haven't actually channeled them. Should we have a look at what the bottom of the deck is, which the underlying energy. Look, we've got the Divine Feminine here. So maybe this is the purpose of it. We need to tap into our own intuition. How many of you guys have, oh, did you hear what I just said then? I didn't say how many of you guys, I said how many of you guides have tarot decks at home? Pandora, that's cool, sweetie. I'm not going to stay on this topic. For one, I'm not focusing on it because I'm going to attract it, yeah? I've learned the lesson. You will manifest whatever it is that you're focusing on, all them fears as well. You've got to get happy on, and you're going to have to try and remain in a positive mental attitude at all times. No exceptions. No exceptions. So work on that one. Okay, Pandora, I'm kind of coming away from this topic now. I'm not being rude. I'm not focusing on it. You can, because you'll attract it. I'm not. So, okay. I wasn't saying that you was being, oh, look, I'm talking to you again. Okay, Pandora, I'm really not doing this, sweetie. You're going to have to get used to having a look in the chat and seeing the style of channel that this is. Pandora, yesterday you were focusing on your Divine Masculine and his karmic having sex. That's focusing on them, isn't it? Why are you doing that? Why would you want to do that? Okay, that's where you're being taken, so you need to take yourself away from that. Okay, end of. Guys, I'm coming back to this reading. I do. What's the I do's about? It sounds like you're like accepting some kind of marriage proposal. William, what do you I do about? And Mandy, what are you I doing about? Hello, everyone. I'm sorry, Roma. I had to say it like that. Hello. Okay. Right, okay, why don't you use your tarot cards? They're there as a, what's the word? As a tool for you to use. They will tell you everything that you need to know if you trust that you can tap into your own intuition. Oh, sorry, thank you. I've gone off to marriage and you're answering about the bloody tarot cards. Okay. Oh, William, you have tarot cards? Awesome. Oh, what's closed the box? Have tarot cards. I don't understand that part. Oh, I know. You don't know how? Okay, you're going to have to study then. There's a great website that I used. I think it's called something like Labyrinth Tarot. And just start to read the descriptions. Okay, you won't be learning tarot for long. You've just got to, obviously, once you read them, you look at the picture as well. and soon you'll just channel the pictures. Okay, you'll know the general meaning. The court cards took me a while to kind of get used to. The character cards. Okay, but you just remember that pages are messengers, knights bring an offer, and you know what your kings and your queens are. But that's just really with the court cards. Practice. I have so many sheets of paper because I would write it all down. I spent hours learning these cards before I came on and started doing readings with them. Now, I still do read the meanings of the cards. I still read the descriptions from the book if I'm drawn to, because there's just so much insight. Because you can get kind of used to what the meaning of the card is, the meaning of these cards. Willow messaged me the other day and she said, I keep getting the Two of Swords come up in my cards all the time, and I cannot work out what it means. I can't remember the response I had, but straight away it come to connecting with like spiritual guidance or spiritual intelligence. It was something like that. So these cards change. They're going to have to evolve. We don't really live the life that we live, when these cards were, well, they were sent underground, I believe. I would have been hung, guys. They would have used me as an example of witchcraft back in the day, I'm sure. But still, people are amazed. When people come to me for a reading, especially face-to-face, they sit down and they kind of go, what do you want me to do? And they're giving me their hands, and I'm just like, I just look at them and go, I don't really know what you're expecting from me. I'm going to sit down, pull you some cards, tell you a story. Your mouth's going to drop. You normally tend to look at someone if they're with you and ask whether or not they've spoken to me beforehand. And it resonates. I don't really know what else to say. And then you sit back and you watch it happen. So let's see what else. You get downloads. Awesome. And it's awesome that you trust those downloads. But play with cards, they're fun. You might spend hours with them just chatting with the cards when you first start. But I rarely actually use my cards off of camera. Okay, and I definitely don't need them for a coaching session. They're just fun to come out. People like to see the pictures. I'll tell you what I did. If I can share this, I will, because earlier on Facebook, Kyle Gray popped up and he was talking about connecting with your angels, and he was talking about earning money through giving readings. You can also just ask for donations. So if I can find that video, I'll share it on Facebook. Oh, that's good. I try to keep positive. No, Mandy, I try to keep real. Yeah? I try to keep real. I got what you meant, sweetie. Like, how do you block out and focus on the collection? This question isn't coming out right. Okay, let me have a look, though. Have I missed anything else? Hi, Shining Light. With a Virgo DF and an Aries DM. Hi, if you guys are hanging out together at the moment. Okay. You've been learning tarot for a while, and I was wondering how you're able to do. I've already just read this part, haven't I? Oh, no. I was wondering how you're able to do a collective readings. I'm thinking of starting those, but I'm always thinking my own life is coming out. Yeah, you will. A lot of the times I do the readings and I think, well, this could be resonating with me, or maybe this could be resonating with my divine masculine. Do you know, the best thing to do is not worry about it. Okay, just do the reading. Guarantee you, people will say, you're telling my story, and all the time you actually you're resonating with it. You're going to resonate with it because it's your energy and it's your journey as well. And people who have the similar journey to you are going to be drawn to you, because that's what resonance is, isn't it? So don't you question that. You just get on and you do your channelings, okay? And once your intention is that you are doing it for the collective, that's what will come out. Because unless you know for sure that you're channeling your story, you might not be. And I always think when a story comes up like this, it's like, well, I don't wish this upon my divine masculine, so I don't take it personally. It's one of those things that you'll get over, okay? I'm sure that all readers resonate with their reading. I always watch mine back to make sure that I take on. I never watch personal readings back. When I do you a reading, I never watch that back. You know, the kind of readings done, that's between you and your reading. But with a collective, yes, because I'm sending out a collective message and it's my inner self and my intuition that's sending that message out. That's why I think it's important, guys, that you do your own readings, even if you can learn to start recording them yourself. So many of you guys are wanting to start up, you know, being guides and having your YouTube channel and building the confidence, and you are. And as you do, you're helping others to have the confidence. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be me. You need to be you. Okay. Roma. September 2019, I got my first tarot deck, having no notion on how to read, then discovering a whole tarot gang on YouTube. Yes. Well, I was kind of watching readings and I was thinking, well, I can do this. I couldn't maybe find the style I wanted, so I become that style. How can you tell who's a DM and DF if I'm gay? Irrelevant. We are both of the energies. You are whole. You are one. Regardless of whether you're gay or not, you will have both the feminine and masculine energies within you. You need to pick up on what energy you're residing in, and the same with your counterpart. They will be masculine and feminine. You might find that but I'm not even going to say that we need to be balanced. So that question to me is just a bit, well, we're both. So it doesn't really matter, does it? I actually work with gay couples, and I can't tell you whether they are predominantly masculine or feminine. The masculine story sometimes comes out in one of them, and so does the feminine story. That's why it's kind of important just to take on the whole reading. You know that if you're in a situation like, okay, I don't have a karmic partner, yeah, I'm not married, I've been single for a lot of years now. Actually, I'm coming up for like 6 years of being a singleton. So these stories aren't mine. Whether they are my divine counterparts, I don't know. I'm not going to assume that they are, because you don't want that onto someone, but not on the negative way, guys. I only know my story, and my story is I'm pretty free to do what I want when I want. And I'm just committed to me. And you guys. You like the stories? I like the stories, very interesting. I really didn't think I'll be doing something like this, but I do enjoy it. I absolutely love doing this. I love talking. I love telling stories. I like to try and help you change the story from a negative one into like a positive one. And I am so appreciative that I get to connect with all you guys around the world. It's pretty amazing, really. So I've kind of created real close bonds, energetic bonds with you guys across the seas. You will identify with both sides. Yeah, I do as well. So if it's like kind of, I don't know, let's just say that the masculine here is carrying a heavy burden. There's times when I know that I'm in my masculine energy and I'm carrying, you know, a heavy burden. So, okay. Should we have a look at this reading though? Because something wants to come out, doesn't it? When I'm looking at it from here, this is the first card. I don't think this is the first card for you. I think you're seeing this as the first card, but it's a mirror effect at the moment. I don't think it uploads like that. Oh no, yes, that's right. This is the last card for you, but I can see it as the first card here. You read it backwards then. Do you know what? You must have read my bloody mind, because I'm just about to read it backwards. I'm going to read it because I'm not looking at it, guys. I find it really hard to channel upside down. I'll be telling you like a completely different story. So when I'm looking at it, we're starting here. And we've got a masculine who's on the floor. It's the 10 of Swords, which means that, like, kind of, he's been stabbed in the back so many times that when he does get the energy to get up, okay, he cannot return down that path. It's like it's closed. So he has to go on to new beginnings. The 10s is about wrapping up cycles. And you've got 2 10s here. You've got the 10 of Wands as well. So the 10 of Swords it's a masculine, okay? He's laying on the floor. You can see he's like been pinned down. I feel as if he's been pinned down and his face is turning, looking towards that new dawn that's coming. So I feel he's refusing, because we've got here, he's refusing to see anything that Divine's giving him. I do feel because he thinks it's all a bit cuckoo, this spiritual realm. But we have him here, and all I can see is him. He's kind of looking at the yellow here. So then I go on to the Judgment card. I feel like he's just really looking for some kind of grace. He needs assistance and help. And it's like this trumpet here is blowing, I want to say, onto the Divine Feminine here. And now her arms are open. And I feel that this is energetically being whoosh to the Divine Masculine. I've never picked it up like that before. Where would that whooshing be going? Because this Archangel here, it's a Judgment card, okay? Now, this is coming into like the Divine Feminines, if that's the Divine Feminine's hands here. And if she's whooshing it over to the masculine, he's got his head up, so that's going to hit him where? The throat chakra. Judgment, talking. Stubbornness. I got here, I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I got here that the feminine's reaching out to the masculines. I don't know if this is his hope, because I know that I most definitely do not feel the urge to reach out to my Divine Masculine. Is this what we picked it up, was it today, yesterday's reading? That the masculine was maybe waiting for the feminine to call him, to like initiate contact. So whether or not the masculine is sending messages, guys, like to heaven, asking, can you ask the Divine Feminine to reach out? Because it's like he's refusing to actually do it himself here. He's still got a lot going on. He's been stubborn. And I feel like he's expecting the Divine Feminine to reach out. You have that, you know your own situation with your Divine Masculine, whether you've attempted to reach out on numerous occasions. You kind of know the deal within your situation and what you're drawn to do. I know if I'm drawn to reach out to my Divine Masculine, and I'm not. But it feels here something about being a blue-eyed boy. I don't know. I feel like the saviour he feels is that the Divine Feminine is going to reach out to him to initiate contact. I feel like she's going whoosh. No, you can do that yourself. You need to speak. Felt like he's uncrossing his legs here. I'm looking, remember, from this perspective. I'm sorry, I'm kind of looking upside down now. That's how this whooshing got here. I don't know what you guys are saying. I'll read them in a moment because I'm just kind of channeling this. And then we've got the burden here. Well, that's just another burden that he's kind of placed on his shoulders. The divine feminine is just sitting here. It's like she knows the deal. She's got a sunflower. Everything's kind of looks all fine and dandy for her. What are you saying, guys? Oh. Hi, Sherry. Yeah, I'm not sure what this reading is about, sweetie. Okay. Okay, I don't think I've missed much of our guys. I don't think you've been talking much. Oh my goodness gracious me. Are you like serious? Guys, can you see this card here? You want to know what card it is? The Strength card. It's like the divine feminine here, prizing the divine masculine's mouth open. I don't really feel that we should prize the divine masculine's mouth open. I don't really want to be, like, personally with somebody that I have to try and force to make to talk. Okay. Look, he's got his tail between his legs here. What's underneath? The legacy. I think you're going to have to use your own intuition, your own judgment on whether or not you feel drawn to reach out to your divine masculine. Because I don't want to tell you not to if you really feel drawn to. You know if you're drawn to reach out to your masculine, okay, or your counterpart, because you won't not be able to. You'll probably sit there for hours having an argument with yourself. You might even do it sometimes and not actually remember doing it. I've had that a couple of times happen. It was like a takeover from them, like they're kind of testing to see whether they send the message out. Does my feminine respond energetically, because she's kind of got my message in the ethers. I believe that as well, Alina. Many a times I've made the first move, and to be honest with you, I just think in the end, I'm just going to go and get Lily because she's decided to lick out the tins that the cat food comes in. Just bear with me. You'll cut your tongue. Yeah, okay, you go down. Let me just put these in the recycling. Sorry, guys. Hold on, let me just take that one. You've been fed. Are you hungry still? I don't know what to... Do you want some biscuits? Yeah? But I've given you some food. Have some of those. You're hungry, girl. Okay. Sorry, guys. You have to look after the little ones, don't you? It's like the responsibility, health and safety and all that. Do I need to say any more about what I just said? Oh, okay. I believe that the man should make the move as well. But the thing is that society's got a bit fucked up, hasn't it? And women have started to really take control and not allow the man to be romantic and loving. I'm not talking divine feminines. I'm talking about, the distorted feminines. Oh, okay. DM is that to come to you in truth without his karmic? Why did he return and say they were not together sexually but still living together? That happens. When I separated with my husband, we lived together until we had sorted out our accommodation. A lot of partners live together and don't have sex who claim to be happily married. So, yeah, that's, That's quite easy to perceive that happening and being part of the process. I'm just catching up, guys. Who's not playing Blue's Clues? My eldest daughter Megan, she used to love that. Blue's Clues, Blue's Clues. You gotta find another Paw Prince, and that's another clue. Something like that, isn't it? We're talking about Paw Prince. Are you talking about like Blue's Clues, the the kids program, or not? Have I just gone off? Oh, he was quite cute. And Magenta, was that there was a pink puppy as well? Jeez, Blue's Clues days. Hi, Carol. You just stepped in. I'm not sure really what we're discussing. Yeah, I do really would like a masculine who's a masculine and is not afraid to kind of, for one, put me in my place. Us feminines, we do really need someone. If you're like me, you probably had a follower most of the time, someone who didn't really assert themselves or make decisions, and you were kind of left to be in control of it all. And that's not what a divine feminine actually wants. She likes to be part of it. It's like an equal opportunity here. So I personally feel I don't want to take that power away from my masculine. I don't want to force him to do anything, and that even includes being with me. So that's just with, I'll just attract myself a divine masculine. That's what I'm wanting, is a divine masculine. I don't think they know. They're still working on how to express their feelings and emotions, and they are really big, soppy teddy bears, guys. It's only really when they're away from you that they become this. I don't know. The ego takes over. They're just not comfortable with this surrendering to this love. It's a very deep, intimate, intensive love. And us feminine, it's what we crave for, and so do the masculines. But come on, guys, just take a look at how masculines kind of operate. Yeah, they really do have to step out from the crowd. It's a big move for them. Yes, a real DM. Well, if we're transpiring into divine feminines, then there is going to be a collective of divine masculines out there, aren't there? You just want someone, how you want to be treated, yeah, guys? So it's about you knowing your self-worth and what it is that you are attracting. Okay. So that's what the story is. I feel the story is the divine masculine is now hoping that the divine feminine makes this easy for him, maybe once again, and reaches out. Okay. It could be a test, guys. For one, it could be a test that you reach out, and you're reaching out from this space of love, so that if you don't get a response, or if you're rejected, it doesn't affect you. Okay, that wasn't why you was reaching out. You have to really, before you reach out, you have to think, am I really trying to control the situation here? If you are, that's fine. Like I said, you won't be able to stop it. Okay, you'll reach out. If you're rejected and that affects you, more healing work. I do honestly believe that at some point you'll get to the point where it's like, well, somebody knows where I am if they need me. They're very aware of how I feel. They're aware of my love. It's like they're not stupid. And at some point, masculines really need to step into their gentlemanness, the old-fashioned way of, you fight for love. You go after that girl. There's loads of movies out there, guys, to show them really how it's done. I don't think they're really going to be avoiding it. I think the synchronizations and the signs are going to be driving them crazy. Hence why they might be, okay, trying to manipulate the divine feminine energetically. Maybe just to their own curiosity. Probably shit their pants. They think of you and your new message. Okay? It's how you tell the story. Yeah, you're right, Carol. We are all playing chess. Do you know what? I haven't got a clue how to play that fucking game, so I'm rather shite at it, aren't I? Let's knock that porn over and why would I even use the word porn? Of the knight or whatever there is. Is there a rook? Oh, I don't know. Maybe one day I'll learn how to play chess. It's a game that goes on for hours, doesn't it? Days. We need to find out a bit more about this, guys. I'm not going to turn the cards around because I think it might change the story for me that I've just said. Although it would be interesting, won't it? Okay, let's turn it around then and see what I channel now. And you can have the upside down version. Okay. Oh, I just saw the Emperor, and you know, because he's bright bloody red in here, his background. Where was this? See, look, I have to actually redo what I was doing. Oh, okay, I'm not very good with my left and right. Okay, let's look at it from this this angle. Queen of Wands. Hi, Queen of Wands. Okay, she's got a cat. She's looking quite calm, collected, considerate. She's got this sunflower. Okay, just growth was coming out. It's like growth, and then it's not even a word. Noth. It's like she's knowing the growing. She's knowing the growing. It's like she does know what's best for the divine masculine here, and that isn't to keep kind of mollycoddling him, making it easier for him, reaching out and kind of saying hi, you know, for no response. It's she's sitting pretty. Legacies here. Looks like the masculine's kind of aging here, petting the dogs. And it's like maybe he's looking at how people communicate here. Because he cannot talk to the divine feminine. It's like she has to prise his mouth open. It's like he's been a naughty little boy. Seriously? He's got his tail between his legs. And it's like he's just, what's he looking for? Special attention. And the feminine here is looking at this. I'm sorry, but it does feel a little bit pathetic. It's like, seriously, how much special attention do you need? It's like the divine feminine craves special attention as well. It's like, how about it's your turn? Oh, I'm being quite harsh, aren't I? Looking at it from this perspective. Well, the masculine's burdened. He's hiding his head. He seems to be carrying around, I don't know. I just feel he's hiding his face. It's like he has so many, well, this has happened and this has happened and I've got this going on and I've got this going on and this and this and this and this and this and this. And she's like, join the fucking club. What makes you so special? It's like, well, who gave you that burden? Who gave you that burden? And that one, that one, that one. It's like you kind of run out of excuses. It's like, not happy. Not really happy with the truth. So this is such a sulky energy that could be sending him a little bit cuckoo. Look, it's like, as far as I'm aware, the divine feminines, most of us have got ourselves out of any kind of burdens, shit, anything that was stopping us, holding us back. And we showed our face. We carried on. And then we have the masculines who are just dwelling. Like they can't see a way out. I think the divine feminine is understanding, but I don't think that she's that sympathetic. She can be, well, she can show empathy rather than sympathy. Where does showing sympathy get anyone anywhere? Let's join them in their victim club. Hold on a second, did you get me a t-shirt? It's like we're really looking for the best for other people. We don't really want to join them in this doom and gloom, do we? Wow. Now this is just shouting. It's like, listen to her. She speaks the truth. He's looking for some kind of release. He's at the end of the road. He's looking for a new dawn. Look at this. I feel now as if, I don't know, he's chasing his tail, because I felt as if, you know, like him laying on the floor here, how it was positioned. Let me show you. I don't know. He's just kind of looking that way. Oh, he's got his head in the sand. I don't even think he's got his face turned. I'm looking at the angles you see here, guys. Look at his head here. It's like he's not even looking at that dawn. I reckon that head's kind of like buried in the sand. Slightly squinting, maybe. Okay. I've got to have some patience with the divine masculines. I do feel sorry for them. But I feel sorry for the divine feminines as well, and the stories that they tell me, and the journeys, and all the stories I hear. Was I harsh, guys? Oh, you just said what I said, Alina. I feel sorry. Me too. Yeah, they have got themselves into some real, I don't know. Do you just kind of like look at your divine masculine and just think, how the hell do you get yourself in these situations? Yeah, see, that's it, Carol, isn't it? It's like there's only so many times you're going to reach out to just kind of keep being rejected. I mean, we're divine, aren't we? We're not here to be feared. Yeah, but it's in our nature. And I think it's in our nature to want to make them feel better. But did they really want to make you feel better? That's how I look at it. This isn't like tit for tat. You know, this is just, you just have to really leave them to it. We have no choice but to care for self. That's what all the rejection, the masculine not actually giving like the divine feminine special attention, but wanting it when they wanted it. That's exactly the lesson. Whether or not the masculines understand that, because it's all this rejection and this behavior that we have to give. We need to give thanks to the divine masculines. They're the ones that made us into these strong divine feminines. It's just like kind of, they're still wallowing in the story that helped to really transform you, for you to be your own transformation. You just carried on. The masculines are not like that. They can dwell in this pity party for fucking years, maybe till death. I do feel sorry for them. Oh, your 3 adult sons, are they going through their transition? Because, I mean, both of my children, I know that they've gone through their spiritual transition, and I've had the pleasure of watching it. Not pleasant, but you understand. And I tried not to mollycoddle, especially my eldest child. She just wanted to commit suicide all the time, Megan. She was going through hell. And it was like I was going through my own shit, and I was worrying about her committing suicide. I was worried, and I was still coming on and doing readings. because I just wouldn't allow it. I just knew it was part of the process. And I was kind of like, she said, I just want to die. And I said, and baby, that is exactly what you're going to have to do. You will go through this transition. Oh my goodness, if you could see her today, 2 years later, that girl is I'm just blown away. And the thing is, she can talk about it. And she apologizes now. She says, I'm so sorry I put you through all that. That's growth at the age of 20, guys. Some people don't even, and she was going through hell. I mean, I didn't even know if she was going to kind of like make it out the other side. And as a mum, it was like I had to really learn to keep that positive head on when you think that your child might do something to themselves because they seriously cannot cope. That was having a positive mental attitude at all time and trusting that divine. And also she has her dad on the other side. So this kid is like going, I don't care. I want to be with my dad. I mean, you've got to keep your cool and you've got to have faith and trust. And now the codependency, she's still working through a few things at the moment, but she talks to me about them and she can make sense of them. We all have to go through some form of shit. And it seems that we have to go through this alone, guys. Have to save ourselves. Okay. So I wouldn't be surprised, sorry, Alina. I was saying about whether your boys are going through. Oh no, was it you that said, sorry, it was Yanni. Oh, I'm calling you Bond, aren't I? It was a Bond there who has 3 adult sons. Willow herself is concerned regarding her sons. Today she was speaking to me. She's quite concerned about one of them. So it seems to be like that, huddled in a corner, collapsed on the floor, where you really just don't know if you've got the strength to even get up. Like I said, guys, I said at the beginning of the video, I recognise this energy for about 1.5 years ago. Wanting to leave this world and depression, yeah, we really have to stay strong. I don't think you'll be allowed, okay, guys? That was my faith. I just don't think that you're allowed to opt out like that. You're going to go through it, okay, if you're a light worker. And you can't stop anyone from taking their life, okay? If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Yeah. When you're going through it, it's hell. It's hell. Yeah, okay. You met your DM 30 years ago. A lot of us met our divine masculines many years ago. Especially kind of with the collective there are some exceptions, but a lot of you guys knew your divine masculine, kind of pre-adulthood, adulthood, 21 age. Do you know, William, that's very true. Whatever we don't clear through, it was one thing that made me stay on the path of doing the work. I don't think we really have a choice, okay? That's why it's easier if you understand, just surrender, because it's gonna take you. But I think that all this kind of coming to that realization that you need to surrender, it all has value. But I do honestly I tell myself, whatever you don't do now, you're going to have to come back and do in the next life. And what I would really love to do this lifetime is to awaken enough so that when I do come back in a next life, if I opt to come back again, a lot's already lined up, guys. We should be waking up earlier, yeah? Because the society, the world that this new earth we're being born into, okay, we'll be more awake. And that's, for me, that's kind of what I feel the mission is. It's not so much about, it is about our here and now and for us to enjoy our lifetime, but what we're laying down, okay, for the generations that are going to be born. And this is a big mission, a big mission. Yeah, I feel like I've kind of raised them on my own, my children as well. I'm very proud of that. Very proud. So my husband was absolutely amazing, but I'm going to say that it was me that really raised my children. I was thinking about that earlier, actually, is that I used to have a bit of a problem saying it because in the end, really, I did leave for the children, okay, because they felt like their dad operated a different way to me. They felt so much more comfortable being around me and in my care. And life was different when they were left with dad on his own, if I was working, and they would whinge and complain at me. I'd already separated with my husband for a year and then got back together for another year. And it was when the whole household kind of went back to acting differently when he was around to when he wasn't around. I actually thought I did leave for the children because there was many times I thought, I listen to the words. This only come to me today is what I told myself. It was like, if the children were older and not at home, I imagine it would be different and I'll be able to tolerate it. I'll be able to tolerate it. You know, like moodiness and grumpiness and being ignored and yeah. So the universe will shift things around, but best thing I done, really. And I also believe that it gives my children strength to not stay in a situation where they're not happy. So they've learned a lot of lessons through me and their dad and how we handled the situation. Hi, Laurie. And one day I imagine they'll tell you. I mean, they're quite open to talking to me and others about it, but they're still not quite on camera, are they? Yeah, men do like to brood. Some men like to brood. I don't know. I suppose you have to look at your environment. I can't say that I'm really used to like broody men. My dad was not a brooder. My dad was one of the most uplifted men that I know. Always the life and soul. So it's quite hard. It's quite alien to me to actually have like negativity, unhappiness within like my home. So when I come across it, I don't actually know how people tolerate it. I was talking about tolerating my husband, you know, it was compared to other people's marriages, people couldn't understand why we were splitting up. I had a very lovely soulmate relationship. I was very blessed to have been given some good relationships. Okay. So where have we got to? We've got to this brood. Did I finish the reading? I did, because we were looking at like the lion's arse here, weren't we? Okay. Oh, I was having a look earlier and I'm like, how long has this energy been with us? And it's a week. If you have do you know, actually came to me, it was like, guys, like as in men. Well, no, that's a lie because feminines do it as well. Actually, couples do it. I used to be terrible with my husband with this. If we would binge watch something, it was like another episode, and you could be there like till 2 o'clock in the morning, just watching a series that you're watching. And I thought to myself, might be interesting to binge watch like a week's worth of my readings because the energy's changed. I'm not going to. I just wonder what the actual story will be and how it flows on. But I realised the change really happened was the video that's titled, I think it might be the thumbnail, I'm not sure, but it says a change of direction. And then it's all in the masculine's hands. And then since then, we had 2 days where I couldn't upload a thumbnail. So you've kind of got a thumbnail that just looks like this. Which is, I don't do it like that, but for some reason I could not airdrop for 2 days and the readings haven't changed. Masculine's energy coming through. So I don't know why I said that. I'm trying to keep track of when this energy's changed and if there's anything I can do about it. And I don't think there is there? We've just discussed that. I don't think there is anything we can do about it apart from sit pretty and know that divine is going, you're just totally protected, your family is. You're an asset. I was going to say your assets are protected, but that's you. You're here to be a guide, a light worker. We're not here to mollycoddle people, including the divine masculine. Hopefully you'll thank us one day, like we will actually get to thank him, because they did not mollycoddle us, did they? In agreement? I am. I am that I am. 100%. I told you we were getting to the truth of the situation, guys. Yeah, 100%. Well, I'm pleased that you agree. Laurie, you went to the shrine and meditated and lit a candle for DM. And, okay, a passed on family member, you cried. Sorry, you cried. Angel sitting on my shoulder telling me to fly. Beautiful. Okay. I always light a candle for my husband and my mum every time I go into a chapel or a cathedral. I always light a candle for my husband and my mum. Okay. Where there's a will, there's a way. And I'm always with me. Yeah. Okay. It's been a journey, hasn't it, guys? A journey of self-discovery. And I'm sure there's still more, lots more. But I don't think it's going to be anything that really has hit us. I think we've been through the worst. Agreed? So that's good, isn't it? Every day just brings us closer to union. Oh, that's lovely. So Lovey's sending out all this light and love. There'll be a lesson in there, Lovey, though, why your DM's brother did commit suicide. If you think about the people, when they pass over, it's not them affected, is it? They're straight back to like energy, source, love. There's no conflict. You can understand sometimes why some people want to escape, especially if you're not scared of what's on the other side, okay? It's just like unconditional love. You don't have the 3D bullshit stuff that you signed up to come and experience. So I always think that when somebody, either transitions early, like my husband was 42, or your DM's brother, it's hard to get your head around, but they signed up for that. It's kind of, if you can imagine signing up for your life here, and they need someone that maybe, I don't know, it might be a lesson for your divine masculine and their family, the loss of, a son, a brother. But some people sign up for these. They go, well, I'll go for. This is how I look at it. It's like with my husband. Well, I'll go for 42 years, and I'm extremely, appreciative of that time together, because my husband helped to make me as well. And anyway, we all sign up for this crazy life. His brother speaks to you. I know he's trying to get his brother to wake up. Yes. Yeah, you may feel that if any of you, I'm just going to agree with you, okay? I feel my divine masculine's deceased loved ones speak to me. And they kind of let you know what's going on, don't they? So don't be surprised, guys, if you're not being sent or communicating with somebody that, is spiritually connected with your divine masculine that may be on the other side. Okay. And I know my husband's working like tenfold behind the scene, guys, for us all to experience unconditional love and to, just because, well, no, we did have unconditional love. It just wasn't this divine. It's like I was a divine feminine, he was a divine masculine, but we wasn't each other's divine feminines and masculines, okay? But we sure did keep each other company, and it was fun, okay, on this journey. And, okay. Right. Oh. But I know that my husband, I spoke to him about it all before he made his transition. And he did say, you know, actually what my husband said to me, he said, I don't know how I'm ever going to repay you, but I'm going to find a way. So I always take that spiritually. I'm like looked after. I think I was a good girl. Not perfect, but who is? But yeah, I think I was a good girl. I was a good wife. What do we have a look at, guys? I don't really know where to go with this. Divine Feminine sitting pretty. I'm going to get some Psychic Tarot. It's good. It's good to be back, but I was going to sing, it's good to be bad. It's good to be bad. I don't think I'm bad. I think I'm mischievous. I think I'm playful. I've been branded a lot. Rebel, naughty, especially growing up. Do you know, I don't really associate with those people that branded me that. Took me a while to get over that. But actually I realised that maybe I wasn't the bad influence. I was quite encouraged to behave a way that, I don't know, maybe I just wasn't given the chance to grow up. And that needs solitude. You need to lose everyone to find yourself. That's how I felt. The throat chakra. Guys, we've been speaking about this here. What's going on with the divine masculine's mouth here? Look, I've got it upside down. I don't know why, but that's how you're viewing it. It's like whoosh. Looks like there's smoke, though. Like I know it's the top of the mountains, but it doesn't look like it from this perspective, does it? It looks like it's whoosh, like a magic. Something about them talking. Okay. Oh, it's so much easier to do a live. It's 11157. Well, it's just 1112 now. It can't be 1112. It's 112. So much easier. I don't have to upload this. I'm a genie in the bottle. Oh, you're out of the bottle. We've got balance here. I'm sure this is justice in this deck. Okay. Card number 11. We've got the light with the divine feminine here. So balance, masculine, the 4 elements. It's like he needs to be the divine feminine's a bloody 5th element. Okay. It's like is it Corbin in the film The 5th Element? Corbin Dallas. It's like, okay. She's like, help me. Lilu is her name. Balance. He was a rebel, wasn't he? Always getting, I think he was getting like speed. I don't know, he was a terrible driver. Oh dear. Talking about the 5th element now. Sherry, that's nice. My DM has a store on his corner named for my mum and 2 aunts who are on the other side. He has a sink daily. Got harmony here. I've got the lovers. My mum, okay, when my mum had a shop, our home was a shop before, I think she closed the shop down when, I think she might have had my middle sister, my second sister. She closed the shop down and then she had me. I don't think the shop was open when I was born. But my mum's shop was named after her. It was called Lucy's Motor Accessories. I was having a conversation. I found an advert for it, like a poster. I was having a conversation with my dad about it, actually, the last time we spoke. And I asked him how the shop came about and why was it called after my mum. I didn't know whether my mum had kind of insisted that the shop was called after her. I thought it was just bizarre to call it Lucy's Motor Accessories. And he said, no. He said, your mum had to call it that. It was her shop. Apparently my mum was really good with like motor parts and knowing about cars. So, but my dad insisted that she called the shop after her. My mother, the entrepreneur. Oh my goodness. That woman did live in service. Okay. It was a bit like service to others, a bit too much. That actually, that's what my dad kind of says ruined their relationship. My mum was too busy helping others. Okay. I lived in a haunted house. This shop was a haunted house, Carol. I was absolutely shit scared as a child of ghosts or anything to do with spirits. And they did keep it from me as well. They used to pretend that it was, I don't know, when doors would slam, and the day that we actually moved out, all the walls, we'd obviously had wallpaper then, but all the walls in one of the bedrooms was like soaking wet. They could connect with it, but they kept it away from me. So I become quite scared of ghosts and spirits, and look at me now. I'm not scared at all. So yeah, it's still a sink though, isn't it, Sherry, if it's not his shop? But it's still a synchronization, isn't it? They're watching over him. Okay, right, let's get back to this. Had a bit of story time with me. Let's look at this. I need to go around soon because I need to eat. I don't want to go another day without eating. You've got trapped in fear, material and spiritual prosperity. It's there. Look, he's a prisoner in his own jail. Why would you do that to yourself? I would. I'm going to have a Western town one day, guys. If you come visit, I'm going to lock you up in my jail. I'll probably encourage you to be naughty first, and then I'm going to lock you up in my Western town. Okay, let's pull these cards first, and then I'm going to channel because I'm too busy having a chat. Judgment. Let's have a look. I'm a genie in a bottle, baby. Come on and let me out. That's what's going through my mind. We've got fulfillment of wishes here. And we've got stand your ground. Look, the masculines have got to get up. This is their fight. They don't want a woman fighting their battles for them. I imagine that if they want a woman to fight their battles, they're asked. A woman does not need to step in without being asked. And do you know what? I actually feel that with a man as well, though. I can fight my own battles. But if I turn to my man and say to him, can you help me out here? I'd expect him to know when to step in. But I wouldn't want a man it's this strength card, isn't it? I wouldn't want a man thinking that I can't kind of look after myself and that they need to take over. But you definitely want the support when you're lacking the strength. Okay, what's the bottom of the deck? Because rest and rejuvenate. Yeah, they're still meditating and healing and contemplating. That takes us back to the first question I asked is, what do you think the masculines are doing? Still in contemplation. I'm going to agree. Okay, we're going to read these just because I want to just be quiet for a minute. Ten of Pentacles, balance, major arcana. Guys, this deck here, if you want to learn tarot, this is the Psychic Tarot. I purchased this deck, and then what I would do is I would separate each card I would maybe get about 3 different decks. Okay, but some of these decks are tarot cards, they just have a word on it. And it's quite easy if you work like that. It was easier for me to, when I see the Sun card, I know that in the Psychic Tarot it means light. Justice is balance, harmony, 6, lovers. They're major arcanas, aren't they? I've just realised. Okay, so that's just another little tip on how I learnt tarot, so that I could recall, the Lovers to the Harmony card. I think strength is strength in this deck. Okay. But let's read the Balance card. Now, we're talking really here about the masculine bringing in their own balance. Agreed? Okay. No more mollycoddling them. We can have empathy. Let's just not keep, too much sympathy for people. So this card represents the need for balance and harmony with your inner life, as well as with what's surrounding you in the physical world. This denotes that some lifestyle adjustments are required at this time. It could be associated with love, relationships, business, or even your career. The Balance card is also being shown to you to make you realise that what you perceive to be happening around you is really an externalisation of an inner process or conflict that you may be currently experiencing. This card will often appear if you work in the legal field or when you're involved in law-related matters. Have faith that justice will triumph, as justice and karma go hand in hand. Take only what you've earned, treat people fairly, and don't take advantage of anyone. This is all part of living a balanced karmic life. When determining something, there must be a state of balance, emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually, so that you can make rational decisions and logical judgments. This is a time to be honest and caring and responsible for the choices that you've made, as well as the ones that will be made in the future. Justice card. The Divine Masculine needs to find his own balance, okay? The Divine Feminine cannot do that for him. You can help and assist and that cup is empty. I picked up a cup that's empty. My sunshine cup. We've got my love heart cup. Okay. Let the Divine Masculine find his own balance. Let's have a look at the light with the Strength card here. I'm trying to do it so you can see them. Oh no, I want to read the book. I don't think. No, that's just okay. That's it, guys. I can't really be too fussed. The light. So let's see. I feel this might be guidance for the Divine Feminine, but let's have a look. Another major arcana, card number 19, the Sun card. This card reassures you that this is your time to be in the light. No matter what's happening around you, prosperity and bliss are promised. Awesome. The qualities of this brilliant card are pleasure, happiness, contentment, growth, success, joy, and illumination. The light always brings forth new birth, a constant renewal of life. So the light always brings forth new birth, always. And we've got to sit pretty here, be in the light. Okay. The light will always bring forth new birth, a constant renewal of life. This is one of the best, if not the most positive cards in the deck, and it's yours. This is now your moment to shine. The radiance from within will be there for all to see. As people become attracted to the rays of your spiritual light, and by being compassionate, generous, inspiring, and a leader, many will benefit as they feel the warmth emanating from you. Be discerning, but also be open to whatever or whomever you're attracting, for your rays reach far and wide. Okay, just need to carry on shining. The light card reminds you that because of its power, nothing remains in the dark. Through its illumination, truths and certain paths before you begin to emerge and can be surely seen. using the energy of positive thoughts and continually thinking about the happiest and most joyful of memories will light the path before you even more brightly and attract exactly what you're emanating. Keep on shining. Awesome. That's like fantastic here, guys. That's like clarification. Keep on shining. You're going to attract to you your very essence, a divine masculine. Okay. Let's look at this burden down with the lovers here. This here feels like work for the masculines, work for the feminines. Right. Okay. Guys, I've been on for an hour and 25 minutes. It's Sunday, isn't it? It is. Oh, come on now. Wanted you to be able to see the harmony words. Let's go to this Major Arcana 6. This card signifies the possibility that a deep spiritual initiation, partnership, or union is taking place at this time or is manifesting for the future. This doesn't always necessarily represent a love affair of the heart, but could signify other forms of relationships in your life, whether they're personal or business related. Remember, not all partnerships have to be one-to-one. They can be forged with a group, an organisation, a pet, or even an incident or situation. The Harmony card is calling to let you know that it's time for you to make choices in certain relationships. The bonds you form with others are really about you, even in the most difficult situations. They're meant to be mirrors for you, always reflecting back what you need to see. Ask yourself, what am I learning from this relationship? What new qualities am I developing? Is this partnership for my highest good? How can I make it stronger? Are we teaching each other? What have I discovered or am still uncovering about myself through this union? Are the people in my life empowering and encouraging me to be all that I can? Within every relationship, there's an encoded lesson that you've hopefully gleaned, or in some cases, one that you will still need to learn. 10 burdens. The excuses, really. But it's like, what did all these burdens teach you? Okay. I feel that's for the masculine, guys. Trapped in fear, with material and spiritual prosperity, with the 4 of Cups. Let's check this one out first. Now, I've got a roller neck on, and I feel like I've got something that's cooling down, like, between my breasts. So I'm just going to put my hand down my top, down my neck. So what am I clearing here? It's something to do with this bloody throat chakra, I swear. There's no reason for anything to be like, okay. Let's look at this trapped in fear. Right, this is a sword card, the 8 of Swords in this deck. Trapped in fear. It comes under mental. Mental. This card reveals that it's actually your own fear that has you immobilized and trapped, preventing you from making decisions or choices. You are the one who's holding yourself prisoner or hostage. And in order to continue your journey, you must first face your fears so that new people and conditions can manifest. Many